All right, Shalom. This is going to be part three and final part to the Roman Catholic Church is Mystery Babylon. Once again, that's that title of the video is just being sarcastic. When you read in the scriptures, Babylon the Great is only talking about America. It has nothing to do with the Roman Catholic Church. Just using that title as a clickbait. Okay, if you have not watched part one and part two, I recommend you do so. I will try to leave a link in the description box down below. If you do not find them there, you can always go to my channel and search for them. If you don't find them there, you can go up to YouTube search bar, type in the name of this video, and just put the part that you want, either part one, part two, or this one, part three. Okay, with that being said, we're going to get into where I left off. Revelation chapter 18, verse 3, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth have waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Now, once again, I have had people contact me from Australia and many other places and try to ask me, again, out of the blue, I don't even know these people. It's like, hey man, can you help me sneak into America? It's like, wait a second, why the hell would I help you with that? I don't even know who the hell you are. All right, that's why I don't use social media, man. You know, that's one of the reasons. But the point of the matter is very clear, man. All right, the point of the matter is very clear that America is that great Babylon in the scriptures. Okay, ain't nobody trying to get to no damn Vatican. I've never heard of anybody saying, "Well, I'm going to go to the damn Vatican," and on a vacation there. Yeah, there's certain people who do go there. As I said, Michael from Vsauce. All right, when he did that pasta noodle chair, he was over in Italy. Okay, so that's one person maybe. I'm sure there's 1,000 other people who would do that, who go over to Vatican for a vacation. But majority of people, the vast majority of people, want to come here to America, and it's just a fact. It really ain't even. It can't really be argued at this point. It's just too much of a damn fact. It says, verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. How much she hath glorified herself, and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she says in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Yeah, and that's what, don't you Americans, like especially those in the military, right? They say, hey, we're number one. You can't touch America. That's what the scriptures tell you in the book of Jeremiah, 50th chapter, that the most proud, she shall stumble and fall. Right, the most proud, which is America, she's going to stumble and fall, man. She's going to receive a wound that she can't get healed from. You thought September 11th, 2001, you thought that was bad? That's nothing, man. That's nothing compared to what's going to happen. Oh, and that proves America's Babylon, because you seen the whole world was in shock. Like, did America just get attacked? I mean, everybody, every nation of the world couldn't believe what happened. So just imagine once this country is hit by nuclear missiles. Just imagine once this country is absolutely destroyed off the face of the earth. The world will never be the same once this country falls. That cannot be said about the Vatican. That cannot be said about Rome. That cannot be said about Saudi Arabia. That cannot be said about Russia. That cannot be said about China. Okay? Now, yeah, China, that would affect America, but for the most part, the whole world wouldn't be in shock. However, if America was to be destroyed, the world would never be the same again, because America is that great country that rules the world. Okay? And it's a damn fact. Anybody who disagrees with you just clearly don't know much then. Okay? Anyway, let's move on. Verse 8, therefore shall her plagues, and I'm reading in Revelation 18th chapter in case anyone was wondering. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord God who judges her. Now, for one, the Vatican is 2 square miles long. Okay, it's a little city that's 2 miles long. Okay, now when we read in Revelation 17th chapter, it says that the Lord's going to use these nations, okay, to bring this fire upon her. Now, how Think about that. It speaks about all these nations shooting their missiles on this Babylon. Well, all you need is one missile to destroy Babylon, if it's the Vatican, because the Vatican is 2 miles long. God damn it! I walk sometimes a 4 mile distance, man, down to the damn store down the street. Okay, 2 miles there and 2 miles back. So for the most part, I could have walked through the Vatican about 2 times, man. Okay, give a little or take little. Okay. You're really gonna tell me, oh, well, that's straight Babylon? Stupid can you be, man? Obviously, he's talking about America. And if you disagree, you just not learned in the scriptures. It's that simple. Verse 9, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Okay? And again, I just went into that a minute ago. What's going to happen when people see this country burning alive, man? All right, or I suppose not alive, because America itself isn't alive. The individuals live here, and cattle and stuff. That's alive, but the land itself isn't. But the point of the matter is, once they see this country burning, and they know they can't save it. Okay, this country can't be saved. Okay, and I've seen it before. I've had dreams where I've seen. It was actually a dream I had 2 years ago now, where even the vigilant Christian was in it. All right, just to give the dream real quick. It started out in a grocery store, and I seen people going up to the vigilant Christian Mario, giving him handshakes and stuff. But when I went up to him to give him a handshake, he didn't shake my hand. The next scene is me laying in bed. I turned, to my side, and I look at the TV set, and on the TV set, it says, how they have the news station. It has a bar at the bottom where it says, the name of whatever's going on, and it said America, the Lake of Fire, and then in the background you're seeing, I don't know, maybe it was New York, or maybe another great city, but maybe Los Angeles or something. But it was all nothing but smoke and fire, man. Okay, so I've seen it before. I've seen it, and that's spiritual because it's going to be televised, man. Those satellites they have up there. Which, yeah, I know all this space stuff. That's you got to be careful with that because it's not totally true, but not totally false. Scriptures say in the book of Obadiah that this man will descend into the heavens. So obviously, space travel does exist, but space is not infinite. Okay, there's a barrier at some point or another. Okay, but that's a different subject for another time. But through those satellites and instruments they have up there in the heavens, they're going to be able to see this destruction live all over the world, man. They can either look across the sea and see smoke coming up, or they can turn on a television set and see what's going on. And again, the world will never be the same once this happens, man. Okay? Once America goes down, that's quite literally the end of the world, man. Okay? The world will never be the same ever again. And after this country falls, these other nations like, China, North Korea, Russia, they're going to be trying to get that top spot. But guess what? You ain't going to get that top spot because Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is going to take that crown from you, man. Revelation, the 6th chapter. Okay, I saw a white horse, and him that sat upon him had a bow, and he went forth conquering and to conquer, and he had many crowns on his head. That's what John saw. Okay, and those crowns are talking about the kingdoms of the world. Okay, if you read Isaiah the 9th chapter, speaks about all governments being put under him. Okay, so all these governments, including number one America, okay, because all evil in the world, for the most part, 90% of it, give or take a few points, comes from America, man. Okay, let's see. Said, verse 10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants, now this proves that this can't be talking about no Catholic church, because the church doesn't trade merchandise by ship. Okay, so you Christians, you just literally ignore 80% of this whole chapter to fit your beliefs. No, the scriptures say, Isaiah 28:10, for precept must be here and there a little. Okay? That's how we get the knowledge of the scriptures. Okay? So if it's speaking about this country that sells merchandise by the sea, that can't be talking about no Rome, because Rome doesn't make merchandise selling by ship. Now I've done the research, okay? The Roman Catholic Church, or let's just say Rome in general, okay? Because I looked up the Vatican's imports. The Vatican imports are roughly $30 million. Somebody would say, see, that's a lot of money. No, that 30 million, that's junk change, man. Okay, there's dudes over here. Look at Floyd Mayweather, man. Look at Donald Trump. Look at Hillary Clinton, man. Okay, there's plenty of people that you can mention who have over $30 million in their bank account, man. Okay, who live here in America, man, also have. Okay, so yeah, the Vatican's imports yearly are roughly around maybe $30.1 million. However, do you know what America's is? America's imports are $2.21 trillion, man, yearly. Let me say that again. The Vatican's imports are $30 million, maybe at most 30.1 million. Then America's are $2.21 trillion. Okay, so there's absolutely no comparison between the two. I mean, the Vatican is left at zero. America's at 100. Okay, quite literally, 30 million compared to over $2 trillion. That's nothing, man. That's like a damn penny in the ocean, man. Okay, or a damn arena-sized pool of pennies, man. That'd be like one penny in it, man. $30 million. You dudes out of your mind, man. Damn fools, man. Ain't no damn Vatican Babylon, man. If you believe that, you better check yourself, man, because you got some serious demons on you, man. I'm referring to Rakapana, man. You better check yourself, man, because your Seventh-day Adventist nonsense, y'all going off, man. First of all, you all worship a false white Christ anyway, so you guys don't know much. Let's see. And the merchants of the earth, they shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buys their merchandise anymore. Now, once again, the Catholic Church does not sell merchandise. Now, other than maybe, I suppose, maybe they might have certain Bibles they sell, because I know there's Christian stores that they might have. Maybe they have, online, maybe they have merchandise you can buy. Fair enough, that could be true. But with that being said, they don't import their merchandise by ship. They don't have that many buyers, man. Ain't nobody buying shit from the damn Vatican, man. Everybody buys stuff here in America, though, man. And that's why America is called the great consumer. Okay, America is nothing but a consumer, man. Okay, majority of these people here in America, they have damn garages and houses full of shit that they don't ever use, man. And why is that? Because the commercials, oh, buy this item and it'll make your life a lot easier. You know what I mean? And many other scams out there that make people want to buy stuff, man. Okay, the average woman probably got about maybe $5,000 to $7,000 worth of damn clothing, man. Okay, here in America, that's not these other countries, man. They live lowly, man. A lot of them live lowly. Like look over in what's it called? Look over in India. Look over how they're doing over in India. Remember, there's over 1 billion people living in India, man. Over 1 billion people living in India. Over here in America, there's only 300 and some million, which actually is a lot because again, there's thousands, tens of thousands of people coming to this country every single day, and also leaving the country every day. Okay, and you can look up statistics that show you the amount of people coming into the country and leaving the country. Okay, and again, that proves America's Babylon because it speaks about the waters which he sits upon are peoples, nations, multitudes, and tongues. Okay, that's why you have people speaking Japanese, Spanish, Chinese, English, and every language under the sun is here in America. Well, that's just confusion. For example, mind you, of the Tower of Babel, okay, in Genesis the 11th chapter, okay, and if you know the story, all the world came together to build a tower up to the sky, but the Lord decided, okay, well, in order to make them not do this, I'm gonna make it to where each of them speak their own language. That's why we all have different languages today, because it all goes back to the Tower of Babel. Okay? But again, that's confusion. What does the word Babel mean? The word Babel or Babylon means confusion. Okay, which the Vatican, there's not much confusion in the Vatican. Ain't much pollution nor evil in the Vatican. Now, let me say this. I know that there is somewhat evil in the Vatican. I know that, the pedophilia and, human trafficking, stuff that goes down in the Vatican. I know that. So, yeah, there is some type of evil in the Vatican. But the Vatican is nothing compared to this country. Absolutely nothing. The Lord will go and shake hands with those people over there before he will step foot in this country, man. And that's an understatement, man. The Lord said, and the scriptures say, that I would have had mercy on Sodom and Egypt before, or Slakia, Sodom and Gomorrah, before I had mercy on that great city. Nearly paraphrasing the scripture because I don't know it off the top of my head. But it's in there, man. The Lord said, I would have considered having mercy on Sodom and Gomorrah than to have mercy on that city, which that city is really talking about America in the scriptures. Okay, because Sodom and Gomorrah, that's nothing compared to what America has done. Okay, as I said, Sodom and Gomorrah, most they could really do is be homosexuals. There's really nothing they could do. Like, today, you gotta watch, because sometimes if you see a woman, yeah, she looks attractive, you come to find out that she was actually a man. Okay, they couldn't do that over in Sodom and Gomorrah. They couldn't do that. They didn't have that technology back then. But now they have it here. That's not going on in the damn Vatican. That's happening here in America, may I also add, which proves America's Babylon. Okay, so listen, man. I'm going to say it again. If you're teaching that Babylon the Great is anything other than America, then you better check yourself before it's too late. Because if you're not teaching this, then you clearly just don't know the Bible then. Because this is just clear as day, man. This is the easiest prophecy to understand in all the scriptures. Well, maybe other than the mark of the beast. That's the number one. Okay, but this is the second. This is the second easiest to understand right after the 666 mark of the beast, which is the microchip. Okay, the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast in Revelation 16th chapter. Or 13 verse 16. Let's see. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all fine wood and all manner of vessels of ivory and and all manner vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and the slaves and the souls of man. And the fruit that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which are dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. For the merchants of these things which were made rich by thee shall stand afar off for the fear for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. Right, now that's not talking about the Vatican. That's not talking about the Catholic Church. Nobody cares about the Vatican. Let's say this. Let's just say right now, if the Vatican was to be hit with some type of, let's say, missile, right? Right now, that will kill maybe 900 people living there and destroy the Vatican. Who would really care? Now, somebody would say, yeah, that's horrible that terrorist attack happened. That's terrible. But nobody's really gonna care. That's sad. But anyway, let's scroll on to see what else is going on in the world. You know what I mean? Nobody's really gonna care much about it. They'll be like, yeah, that's horrible, but let's see what else is going on in the news. But other than if America was to be destroyed, that'd be the end of the world, man. That would quite literally be the end of all. Okay, the world would fall apart if this country was to be destroyed, quite literally. That cannot be said about any other country other than America's. Anybody who's not teaching this, you're a damn fool. Okay? And you're worthy of being put to death according to the scriptures. If you don't believe me, Revelation chapter 22, verse 18, verse 19. Let's even get that real quick. Okay? Because you guys, you're going to learn the hard way, a lot of you, man. Okay? And I feel sorry for a lot of you guys. Revelation chapter 22, verse 18. For I testify unto any man that hears the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, Yahweh shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. If any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, Yahweh shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book. I'm going to have to hurry a little bit because I only got 7 minutes left. Let's see. And the merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and silk, or slake, and purple and scarlet, and covered with gold and precious stones and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all accompanying ships and sailors, and as many as they trade by the sea, they stood afar off, and they cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? Yeah, why are they sitting there crying? Because they're coming from, let's say, China with a ship that has $500 million worth of merchandise in it, coming to America. Then on their way here, they say, oh, well, this country's been destroyed, so where are we going to take this stuff to? Who's going to buy this from us now? You can't take that to the damn Vatican. You can't take that to Russia. You can't take that even to damn India. Nobody's going to buy that from you. The only place that would have bought that was America, man. But now they're going to cry because now they can't make any more money off this country. Okay, which really they're all going to be going into slavery, but they don't really know that. Let's see. And they cast dust on their heads. Oh, now somebody's going to say, see, that has to be Saudi Arabia. Well, casting dust on one's head is just an ancient custom that people used to do when they were, mourning someone, like a death or something terrible. Okay, it's not literal. Okay, and even if it was literal, well, wait a second. These people are standing on the seashore. Okay, these it says they stood by sea and on ship. If you read up a little bit, okay, they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city wherein we were all made rich, all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour she made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets. For Yahweh have avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone, and cast it into the sea, saying, Lest with violence should that great city Babylon be thrown down, and she shall be found no more at all. And the voice of harpers and musicians and pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee. Now wait a second. That's talking about music, the music industry. Where does the majority of the world's best music come from? They all comes from here, from America, man. Ain't come from no damn Vatican. Ain't come from no China, man. Ain't come from damn India. You got some stuff over in India. Like, what is it? What was the one that PewDiePie was going up against? Damn, I can't remember the name of it. Oh, T-Series. T-Series. All right? Yeah, they're over, if I'm not mistaken, I'm 90% sure they're over in India. So maybe other than them, that might be an exception. Inside joke. Anyway, shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more at all in thee. And the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee. And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by their sorceries were all nations deceived. And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all who were slain upon the earth. Now, what does that last verse talk about? Of all who were slain upon the earth? Well, once again, America, if you're a nation that doesn't go along with this country wants, well, a lot of times there's many stories of governors who have been assassinated by disagreeing with America, okay? Like, for example, you can do your research. There are over 900 military bases for America all over the world, all right? For example, North Korea doesn't have a base here in America. However, America has a base over in North Korea, okay? You just look it up. There's 800 to 900 military bases for America all across the world. Okay, because America is that great Babylon. They're not talking about no damn Vatican. Okay, and after watching this free part little lesson, so to speak, because we could have went more into depth on it, more in depth, so to speak. With all that being said, it's plain and simple. Anybody who's teaching that Babylon is the Vatican, you do not know the Bible, and you should delete your channel immediately, and you must reconsider your statements. So that being said, I hope that was edifying. If anyone wants to, add any more scriptures on the comment section, please feel free to do so. If anybody watched all 3 parts, go ahead and put hashtag all free in the comment section. With that being said, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Shai for this understanding of these scriptures. With that being said, I want to say shalom.